In the weather of -30 degrees, woman taking off her clothes, swims straight to the river. The moment she touches the bottom of the river, the cold ice water instantly freezes the woman shivering. The frightened woman hurries back to the shore, where the clothes she brings with. What is the reason that makes a woman go to the middle of river? It was just a day ago, Kim was taking a private jet to visit her dying father. While he was leisurely playing with his mobile phone, the pilot on the side reminded him to turn on the flight mode, otherwise, it will affect the signal equipment of the aircraft. But Kim just ignored, instead, turned the volume maximum. When he closed her eyes for sleep, aircraft had signaled disturb, emergency landing on the lake. When Kim wakes up from a coma, find herself hanging upside down. Panicked, Kim immediately unbuckles her seat belt, climb in front of the co-pilot, ask if there are first aid such as life buoy. But at the moment John is already frightened and delirious. He can't even swim. While Kim rescues the pilot, John opens the door of the plane, swim towards the outside. The plane that lost its balance turns upside down. When Kim unties the belt and takes pilot out of the plane, the man's leg is firmly stuck in the seat by a steel pipe. In the end, Kim has no choice but to give up him and escape from the plane. Swimming to the surface, she sees John, who had just escaped. Seeing that he is about to be drowned in the river, Kim takes John by the shoulders and brings him to the shore, the exhausted to fall asleep. When Kim wakes up, she finds John seems be dead already. She is so scared, keep patting John's face. Just when Kim is at a loss, she finds John's right leg is pierced by a metal fragment. She tries to pull it out, but the moment she touches metal, John is awakened by the heart-piercing pain. If pull it out abruptly, John is likely to be hurt to death, so at the suggestion of John, Kim makes a simple hemostatic bag. After saving John's life, Kim stands up and put the coat on the ground, take out mobile phone and call the emergency number, but there is no signal at all. It means they can only save themselves. Kim takes off her shirt and put it on the ground to dry, then picks up her phone and walks to the top of the mountain. After seeing the densely packed mountains in front, Kim let out a heart-piercing roar. This is her last stubbornness. Back to the river, Kim takes out the remaining chocolate and mineral water from pocket. It's their only food. In the evening, Kim holds the pine leaves and leans against John's side to barely spend the night. When she is about to warm up with a lighter, John suddenly screams, keep shouting stomach hurts. Kim comforts John, while uncovering his clothes. There is a patch of dark red bruises. He's already bleeding internally. Knowing she can't do anything, Kim has no choice but to tell John that they crashed and landed on a deserted island. Now they can only rely on themselves. After knowing that he is seriously injured and unable to leave here, John gives Kim a piece of advice: choose death. Kim stands there helplessly. When Kim is desperately preparing to commit suicide, a ultrasound sheet accidentally appears on the side. It shows that she is 3 months pregnant. This gives Kim hope to live. The most important thing now is to clean up John's body, otherwise, it is likely to cause trouble, so she drags the body to a small stream in the jungle. After placing a tombstone on the cemetery, Kim puts John's watch on it. Then she goes back to the shore, checking items in the backpack. The notebook has been soaked into a dead state. The charger is useless. The only thing that works is paper money wrapped in a red plastic bag. After seeing they are not soaked, she thinks of a way to use sunlight to refract fire. The moment she sees the paper money being set on fire, Kim dances happily. Tonight she can finally lie down on the ground and sleep peacefully. After a long night, the next day, Kim picks up the bag of chocolate left over from the bear on the ground and licks it. Now the residue on the bag is a gift from God. The next step is to replenish the body's necessary water intake. The fresh water that flows down from the mountain ends up in the central river, but it will inevitably be mixed with animal excrement and bacteria, so Kim decides to go to the top of the mountain to find clean water. When she is halfway, a large number of wreckage of the plane appears in front. These are the metals that scraped against the trees before they fell, so Kim thinks of using metal to make a simple iron pot. Just boil the water with bacteria, then can meet daily water needs. Although humans can survive for almost 4 weeks on water alone, but just to be safe, Kim must find food to supplement herself. She makes a simple fish hook out of earrings. The next step is to wait for the fish to take the bait. Just when she sees the fish take the bait and prepare to pull, the fishing line was broken. Knowing no talent in fishing, Kim has no choice but to look for wild plants in the mountain. After seeing the densely packed blueberry-like fruits, Kim put them into bottles by color. In uncertain whether toxic, she has to be careful, otherwise, it is likely to hurt the fetus in the womb. Kim first picks up the ripe fruit on the left and stuffs it into mouth. After feeling bitter, she immediately spits out. Rinse mouth with water. When trying the red fruit in the middle, Kim finds a sweet feeling in her mouth, so she immediately gobbles it up. At night, she begins to have symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea when she is sleeping. The red one is obviously poisonous, just when she is about to pass out, unintentionally dreaming about the scene where the bear is eating. Since the bear can eat the fruit, that means she can also eat it, so the next day, Kim uses a cart to turn over the poop of the bear. After seeing the seeds with the fruit inside, Kim successfully finds out the edible fruit by using the comparison, so after eating and drinking, she immediately comes to the mountain to continue picking fruits. Now she already has the capability to survive. The next is to consider how to escape. The woman has been trapped on the island for 3 days and nights. In order to be able to escape from the island alive, she inserts a silver needle into her cotton pad, then put it in the bottle. That's all. A simple compass is made. Follow the direction pointed by the pointer. Kim walks into the virgin forest. Every 100 meters, she just put a wad of banknotes on the ground as a marker. When banknotes run out, Kim uses notebooks and fingernails instead. Just when she is confident that she could get out of the island, she finds that she goes around a big circle and returns to the original starting point. When she kneels down to open the compass in her backpack, the compass has lost its magnetism. Just when Kim doesn't know what to do next, a false John appears in front of Kim. This is a hallucination she has when she is dying. In the dialogue of John, Kim realizes that it is her negligence, leaving a watch with a magnet on the river. The only way now is to go back to the shore and get back the watch. Just when Kim is about to climb up the tree to check the direction of the river, accidentally steps on a dry branch hanging on the tree. Luckily, it is a little urchin that appears at this time. If it is a big bear, Kim could be dead already. Kim, who just dodged a bullet, sits down under the tree to calm down herself. She is exhausted and about to close eyes to rest. A plane flying over suddenly. Listen to the direction of the sound. Kim picks up the mirror and chases after it. She wants to use the principle of reflection to attract the attention of the pilot, but Kim accidentally steps on the trap in the cave. When she wakes up again, both legs are being crushed under a big rock. In order to be able to leave the island alive with the baby in the belly, Kim picks up a ribbon and wraps it around her head, cheer herself up, then lift the stone, keep hitting the big rock. After a day and a night, she finally crawls out from the rock, dragging the tired body. Kim comes to a cliff in the direction of the cave entrance. As she walks cautiously, the stone under her feet collapses unexpectedly. Kim falls straight from the edge of the cliff to the tree. Fortunately, there are branches to save her life. Then Kim is sticking a cane, limping in the direction of the water source, at the confluence of rivers. Kim thinks of using the buoyancy of the wood to send herself down the mountain. She holds a big log and swims straight towards the middle of the river. Hit by the raging river, Kim loses consciousness, stunned on the river. Fortunately, 2 travelers passing by at this time notice Kim on the river. Finally, she is rescued. The video ends here. This story tells us, don't use your phone on the plane.